Hey, Jim Trouts with EXP here.
And Paul Stivers from Embrace Home Loans here in Fairfax, Virginia.
So a couple of weeks ago, I attended a seminar that Embrace put on, and I was really excited about a new product they have out. One is a real estate agent that works with investors and is an active investor myself. And so I wanted to spend a couple of minutes with Paul so he can talk to us a little bit about the new program they've got coming out, or that is already out, the I think it's DSCR program.
That's right. That's the acronym for Debt Service Coverage Ratio. And what that is it's a ratio of the rental income divided by the monthly expenses. And we call it our Doc Light loan. And it's specifically for business purpose, so that is investment property, not for primary residence or second home, for investment property. And it can be a first-time investor, not a first-time home buyer, but a first-time investor, or it can be someone who is a very serious investor that is whose goal is to accumulate properties for their investment portfolio.
Right. So now this type of program, having sat through your seminar, is not for flipping properties per se, but more for the investor that's looking to do buy and hold and build his portfolio that way, or an individual that's looking to buy a property they can't maybe buy it some other means, right?
That's true. At this stage, it is simply for a buy and hold scenario, and the loan terms that we have are more designed for buy and hold. So we do have 30-year fixed and various adjustable rate mortgages as well.
All right. So as an investor, one of the things I would ask is, well, what's the benefits of this program? I mean, why would I want to take this program as opposed to some other means of trying to get funding?
So that's a good question. So typically, what people will do when they're looking to finance investment property is they would look towards more of a conventional loan, which has the most friendly terms. The problem is, in many cases, they are capped at a certain number of finance properties. Typically, it's about 6 properties before they cannot secure another conventional loan. So this is a good option for those types of investors. They can do up to 20 finance properties.
Okay.
So so it allow them to accumulate more properties.
Okay, and what about titling? I know that a lot of times there may be a way that you want to title it. I mean, are you allowed to title this any way you want, the properties?
Right. So traditionally, investment properties have to be titled in their own name. This program now allows you to title in an LLC, which is very important to many investors because they want to shield themselves from liability.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when it comes to applying for this kind of loan, what are some of the benefits of applying for this type of loan compared to some other loans, maybe?
Well, I mean, the application process is pretty straightforward. It's much like what you would do for a primary residence or a second home. Simply fill out an application, and this program does not require. We call it Doc Light. So it's very light on the documentation, so no income documentation at all, no tax returns,
Wow.
W-2s, or pay stubs. For the most part, it's simply verification of assets for down payment and closing costs and reserves, and credit. That's simply it, and a good mortgage history as well.
So what about the cash flow? I mean, are they worried about the cash flow when it comes to trying to get the loan?
The cash flow does play into it, but that is more of like more has a reflection. It determines the rate.
Okay.
So it's not a disqualifier if it's below a certain number.
Okay. So to kind of recap, I mean, there's a lot more to this, and we know that. But to kind of recap, what we talked about today is that this is a program that there's no income docs required, no W-2s, no tax returns are required. Basically, all you're looking for is credit, whether you've got the money for your down payment, and to some extent the cash flow of the property. You can do up to 20 properties
Right.
at one time.
Finance properties.
20 finance properties. And I can title this in 3-degree investments as opposed to Jim Trout's, correct?
Right. And by the way, purchase, rate and term refis or cash out refis.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to add to it?
I'd say one more thing. This is something that a lot of people don't know, that you can use this program to finance more than one property at a time. So if you have serious investors who are looking at several condominium units, you could apply and for financing for several properties at a time.
Oh, wow, it's a great
Right.
benefit. All right. Well, I'm Jim Trouts with eXp Realty. If you have any questions, you can give me a call. My phone number is 571-242-3668, or
You can reach out to me, Paul Stivers. You can either message me on Facebook, or you can reach out to me direct at 703-200-7303. We can kind of go into more detail on the program and get you started.
all right, great. Thanks for your time. Call if you have any questions, text, email. We'll be glad to answer.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great day. I think that was much more better.
That was better. Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, these things do not have to